Good evening, folks. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. Sorry I'm running a little late, but I'm here. So be well, be safe, and I hope you're here. Coming in soon. Hey, there you go, Cecilia. How you doing? Yeah, Jenny is right there.
No,
She's being harassed.
no. I don't want to be on camera right now because I'm sick.
Yeah, Jenny's not feeling well.
Feel well.
And she's being harassed by Mac at the moment.
It's never regret.
Hmm?
With Mac, it's cuddle.
Yes. We do have an additional person in the house today, but he is being Ian. Hey, bud. Ian? Yeah, he's not coming. Hey, Rob, how you doing, brother? Thank you for coming. Yeah, all of us have been sick the last couple of days. I am so sorry about, running a little late about the notifications and stuff, but I'm here. It's one of those things, I guess. Yeah, Ian's in the room right now. Give me a second here. I've got to do something real quick because I never got a chance to do this yet. Like I said, I was running. Yeah, Jenny is not feeling well, so she's not going to be on camera like she usually is. But this will be pinned to the top of the chat, so you guys can come check it out when you can. And there's that. If I seem like I'm a little lost, so I'm sorry. I do have some good news. My weight was down to 86.7 as of this morning. So it is going down. We already had supper. So right now we're just kind of hanging in here. How was everybody doing? I hope people in both Canada and England are doing well, I hope. I don't have a specific topic picked out. I will mention that I am going to be probably doing my grilled cheese challenge on Thursday, possibly. I got to get my area cleared out in order to do that, but I will be doing that. Now, I don't know if Jenny's going to be up for eating grilled cheese on Thursday or not, but we have to wait and see. Have to wait and see. So, that being said, what's up? What's new? What's going on, folks? Please give me some feedback. And please forgive me, I'm eating a lemon drop because I like lemon drops. Hey, Molly. Link is at the top of the chat. So I'm assuming if Molly's in the chat, then Jason should be showing up right there sometime soon. So let me see if I can put that in the thing over here. Sure. Give me a second here. Yeah, okay. There we go. There's the link in case you didn't want to have it. So. Ooh, I couldn't understand that. Jenny she's been under the weather herself. Sorry. I have been doing some organizing back over here. My gear is all nice and rolled up and everything else. I'm still working on this table over here, so I'm not going to show you that. I will put my hat on because Oh my gosh, I think I'm done. Not used to having that happen. Gotta fix my hat. Well, I hope Jason feels better soon. And I definitely hope it's nothing serious. Give me a second here. I gotta find hair tie. Well, that's cool. That is way cool, Rob. I'm really glad you guys got to do stuff like that. I know your Armistice Day is very similar to our Veterans Day, and I appreciate everything you do for any veterans that is in your life, family, friends, past and present. As a veteran myself, as well as my wife Jenny, we're both. She's Air Force veteran. I'm an Air Force veteran, but I'm also an Army veteran. Now, due to the fact that both of us were not feeling well, we did not do one thing for Veterans Day because we were not up for going out. But it doesn't mean we didn't want to. Normally, our normal routine every year is me her and I going to the Olive Garden, getting our free meal there. But no, we were both majorly under the weather. So we're going to do our best with what we got out here at home. I can understand that. My dad was a Marine. The only reason I use the word was because he's passed away. My wife's dad is a Marine, but I've had uncles who are both Air Force, Army, Navy, no Coast Guard. I had several cousins who were both Navy and Air Force. So several uncles that were Air Force, Army, and Navy. My dad was the Marines, so they covered pretty much all of the bases. When you come from 11 kids, it's bound to be all the services covered. Let's see here. My uncle, two uncles were Air Force. The other one was Navy. I don't know about that uncle. A couple cousins were Air Force. One cousin was Navy. One cousin was Army. We have a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, Dan, how you doing, brother? Oh, come up. Please come up. Can you come up? Can you come up? I want to see. You're not going to let a little thing like that come up because I wasn't able to go anywhere today. I want to see. I want to see. Link's right there. I'll put it back in here in the chat if you want it. But it's at the top of the chat. Ooh, that's not a good number. Better, but not bad. Even worse. Yeah, I gotta get better dice. So come on up anyway. I can use the company. I need a co-host. And I didn't get a chance to talk to you as much as I would like the other day. So what's new? What kind of books did you get? What kind of portable shovel was it? Was it like an old school military folding shovel? Was it a snow collapsible shovel. Information, details. As the old saying goes, the devil is in the details. And I would live vicariously through your thrifting because I wasn't able to go. I haven't been able to get out like I want. I have been wanting to get to Des Moines and do some thrifting there, but haven't been able to. I'm not familiar with those. Now I got to look that up. What's the name again? Okay. John Stone Books. Okay. Okay. I actually have found some. The local place here in town, Relics, is closing down. Everything they have is at 40% off. There's a couple things I would love to get, but I am unable to budget. Even though one of the items was marked at 150, it is now at 90. They also have a good deal of Cub Scout books. Unfortunately, they don't have any Boy Scout books. I wish they did. I honestly do. Nothing wrong with that. I do a lot of reenacting in that style. Hey, Ian.
What?
Come here.
What is it? What did I do?
Just say hi because people don't realize you're here. Get your face right there. Now. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay. And goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yep. That's about as quick as the look you're going to get on him. I have been doing some minor work around the house. I have been doing over some of my tarps and stuff, and I have more of a selection than I realized. Ooh, cool. What was the store? Tell me about it. I'm curious because, I mean, I'm always up for a good thrift. I've got a line on a bow that I'm going to be paying for on Friday. It's going to be a traditional bow. I don't know more than about it. It's from a bow shop that I met on TikTok. So I'll be sending them off the money on Friday. And hopefully, if everything goes well, I should have a bow soon. Then when I do, I'll do a review on the bow. And I'm going to have to put it on TikTok, unfortunately, because I don't really have a lot of videos on that one. But that one I would put on TikTok. So I would like to find out more about that Army Navy surplus store because ours shut down a while back. So we don't have one. We have to literally travel out of state for the most part. Though there is supposedly one in either Iowa City or Cedar Rapids, but that's like a 3-hour trip. Give me a second here. Okay, it's supposed to be Uncle Stan's military surplus, Camp Dodge Exchange. That's not exactly a surplus. ISU surplus. That's not exactly the same thing. Okay, I have no idea who that is. Whoever you are, I'm not bringing you up till I see your face. Yeah, we had a couple people trying to cut in that were not us. Dan, can you hear me?
Hang on just a second.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I've done rendezvous and stuff like that, so I know what the genre and the actual lifestyle. So Jeremiah Johnson was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, the Preacher and Smoke Jensen, Preacher's the one that taught Smoke Jensen, and
I'm not familiar with the books, to be honest.
they're Western books, gunfighter type books with
I
wagon
do know
trains and
the
stuff.
genre. Yeah, I do like watching some westerns. John
And
Wayne's my favorite. I'm sorry to say.
the nice thing about the book is it goes through a lot of, I guess you could say, it's like a little mini story, leading up to the final.
So each part is a small
Battle.
snippet of the bigger story.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
I've seen stuff like that.
they're like little bits and pieces of struggles or battles or
Okay, I understand.
encounters, shootouts, and stuff like that. So
I actually did a part of a Western reenactment. I want to say fair, but it's not a. It's like a Renaissance fair, but it was set in the Western time period. And I knew some gunfighters and stuff who were there, and they did a lot of stage stuff for like Adventureland in their Western area when they had one here in Iowa. But that was a long time ago. We're talking about 20 plus years ago. But
well, I was able to get actually, I do have the books in here. A large bag of them.
that's cool. Are any of them signed?
No.
Oh, okay. Doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah. You see how big this bag is.
Right.
It's full,
Oh, I bet.
to the top. And this is about $4 a books, a quarter a book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're find one that's actually
Hey, love. Your dad into Western books too? Apparently, Dan found a whole bunch of Western novels by a William Johnston. Oh, those are my father-in-law's favorite books.
yeah.
Bloody Trail, and I can't read, and The Mountain Man, of The Mountain Man. Okay.
Yeah, the Mountain Man is
Well, I was waiting for you to raise it up a little bit because your name was cutting off the title.
Yeah. it's preacher books, and that was the earlier one, and then he kind of took in the guy that was Smoke Jensen and kind of taught him the ways of the Mountain Men.
Sort of reminds me of Mad Jack and Grizzly Adams.
Yeah, he kind of took in Grizzly Adams and showed him the ropes.
Exactly. By the way, that was another one of my favorite shows back in the day. Now, was it totally fanciful? Mostly. But because, it is what it is. Thank you for showing me those. I really appreciate it.
I did go to the it's not an actual like army surplus store. It's
Consignment shop?
about a quarter of it is army surplus stuff, and the rest of it is more oriented knives and guns.
Oh, I've seen those. That's not uncommon, especially in Illinois. I've heard a lot of the bigger places closer to like Chicago and stuff, northern part of Illinois, where there's more wilderness stuff to do.
Yeah,
I can understand that.
well, it was kind of a small shop, but they had more gun selection than Bass Pro Shop does here.
Okay, we're not going to mention a lot about guns because I'm still alive.
No,
but
I'm just saying.
You and I are going to have another discussion.
But
in the green room afterwards.
They had like I said, I got one of those folding shovels, and the
Is that those
handle part of
trifold ones?
yeah,
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 Ian's
and it's
got a
got
couple of those.
the pick end on it and all that. But the actual color of the metal part of the shovel is one of my theme colors for my channel.
Orange.
Yep.
Ian's
The
got a
handle's
yellow
black.
one. Ian's got a yellow one.
But their prices were actually reasonable.
Hey Jay, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Jay.
Did they have any kitchen gear like hexane tablets or anything like that?
They had they didn't have a whole lot in it. They had the the canteen, the metal canteen, and
Right.
the
I've got
army
several of those.
pack, and they didn't have any that were the cup that fits under it, and then the little pedestal that you can build a fire under.
Right.
They didn't have any of those.
No, I've got something I want to ask you about. Give me a second here. I got to move my backpack. It got pinned underneath my chair, unfortunately. Because there's a surplus item that I picked up a while back that I actually think is a really good piece of kit that everybody should at least have access to. It's a little old school.
Yeah, they had some of those.
These are the actual U.S. military ones. Let's see if I can get that thing to show up. There you go.
They had the military little bitty can openers.
Oh, the P-38s?
And then they had replicas of them.
Okay, were they the P-38s or the P-50s? The bigger ones are the P-50s.
The 38s, the little ones.
30. Okay, I always carry a P-38 with me wherever I go in my wallet, because you never know when you're going to need one. Yes, I have one on my multi-tool. And by the way, it does work because I just used it yesterday, in fact.
Now, I did...
I got the one I always carry there, but you're not always going to have access to that.
I did find something that I thought was kind of interesting. I'm considering it.
What's that?
Let me see if I can find it again.
Oh, another thing you should consider if you do get like gear like this, a little S-beaner to hold them all together and keep them in place. That way you can either clip it on your belt or your side. That way you don't have to worry about them dropping to the ground or losing them. And I've had these for over 10 years, and I would not go anywhere without them. Yes, you can probably get lighter ones. Yes, you could probably get longer ones, but these are my best favorites.
So the company is Mil-Tech. So MIL-TEC.
Give me a second. Let me do that again.
MIL-TEC.
MIL-TBC.
T is in Tango, E is in Echo, C is in Charlie.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Are you on their site?
Not yet. Is that a .com?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. No, I got something completely different. Spell it one more time.
Well, if you do MIL-TEC in a Google search.
Oh, dash. Okay, that's the part I missed.
Yeah. And then it
can't be reached.
Takes you to Durham, USA.
Well, first time I did it, it took me to a place with it had
okay, let's do this. I'm going to put this in
Mil-Tech UV curing. and that's something completely different.
Here, I sent you the link
On Instagram or in where?
in the private chat.
Oh, private chat. Okay, give me a second. Okay, now I got it.
Okay. So if you under shop, if you click on Miltech,
Give me a second. I'm going to post this in the chat for people that can check it out too.
oh yeah,
That way, people can check out what we're talking about. Yeah, this is what we're talking about right now, Jay. So please check that out. Okay, I'm on their shop right now.
okay. So if you go under Miltech there,
Okay, going.
and
I'm there.
you now you've got listing of, it looks like a poncho, two
Right.
coats. Scroll down a little more, and you get to the third line, all the way over to the right, the uh,
The
Flectron
German.
poncho liner.
Give me a second. Let me take a look one more time. Yeah, the poncho liner's on the second line on the
Okay,
left.
it might
The
be different
is that
here.
the Flectarn poncho liner?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I did an like a cursory search on that, and most places were selling them for $75, but this Army surplus place uh, was selling them for 50.
That's kind of cool.
And so basically I'd almost make it out to be more like a 5 foot by 5 foot blanket,
Right.
and it's kind of like the down vest, but I couldn't find anything on it as far as its oh, waterproofness or uh, temperature rating type thing, anything of that nature.
Right. Okay. I just created an account before I can check it out. So I'm looking at the Miltech stuff. Actually, I'm gonna do this because if people are curious, I'm gonna do this and just share my screen what I'm looking at. Because I already got the sensitive stuff out of the way. This is let's see, where's it? Now it's on the third screen. Okay, I didn't have an account. That's the reason why it's on the third screen for you. Okay, they have waiting for approval.
Actually, I'm not familiar with U.S. Patriot Tactical, but they've got them for $27.99.
Right.
So, but like I said, I wish I could find more, not ideal, but well made and warm. That was a review on it.
Right. It says I'm waiting for approval. So I don't know what the cost is either, but it's not bad. There is a poncho liner that I've been looking at from Corporal's Corner, which I thought was a little bit better than the standard military one because it allows a sleeping pad to be stuffed inside it on one side.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how they consider it like a poncho liner because there's no head hole in it.
No. There's no. It doesn't go from the head down. It goes from the neck down.
Yeah, but it looks like a blanket.
It is.
Yeah, but how do you wear it under a poncho?
Okay, when you lay a poncho out, what shape is it?
Rectangular.
Exactly.
but it's got a hole in the middle of it for you to put your head through.
But when you wear it, it's basically there's a line down the center. When you bring the corners in, that's where you attach it. That's your front, correct?
So you're just gonna kind of wrap it around over your
It's
shoulders.
attached to the inside, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if there was any veterans here that I have not said hello to, thank you for my freedom. I should say not for your service, because everybody who served knows that one way too well. But I'm gonna say thank you for my freedom, even though I'm a veteran myself. Thank you one and all. Sorry, had to say that. But there's a poncho liner you need to check out on Corporal's Corner. If I can find it, I think he advertises it on his Amazon shop. But it's really cool. That way you can slide your sleeping pad in it and still cover up with your poncho liner and keep warm and still get a better sleep. But I will look that up later tonight as we're talking.
Okay, so this shovel I got is a Rothko orange mini pick and shovel with cover. And they're showing on Rothko's site it's $18.99. I got it for $9.
Okay, that's a pretty good deal, though.
Yeah, so about half price. So this was more in tune of what I'm used to, like Army surplus being.
Right.
When I lived in Fort Smith, Arkansas, growing up as a kid, they had an Army surplus store there that was pretty much in the true sense Army surplus, because they had the military base there,
Right.
and a lot of the guys, would buy a bunch of uniforms and camo and whatnot, and then decide to go with something else. So then they would sell it to the Army surplus store, and then we could pick it up dirt cheap.
Yeah, we had one too until about a couple of years ago when it went out of business.
You could get a brand new pair of, the black combat boots for $15 back then. I mean, brand new. There was nothing wrong with them.
Right.
And so then when I moved back there, the store itself had closed down, but there was another one in the next town over that had opened up. And I went in there, and it was ridiculous. Everything they had that was, camo or anything, coats, massively overpriced. Just a basic camo jacket. The
BDO jacket.
what's the digital camo?
I'm not a big fan of the digital.
Yeah,
but that's my personal favorite. Sorry,
just a basic digital camo jacket that the Army would wear as a regular part of their uniform type thing.
Right.
Their Class B. They I think they wanted like $89 for that.
I haven't really. I mean, I know I've worn them many BDU jackets, in my military career. I have not worn one since I got out.
Yeah. Well,
so I don't have a want or need to wear another one. And I started off with the old fatigue ones.
Nice one, Rob.
And you would know that because you were the leader of the Minecraft crews there, Rob. I think that's yours, hon. It's not mine. Neither do I. My phone is just charging. Now, I literally was when they went from the old fatigue jackets, which is the same color as your, green, like I wear,
Yeah.
to the regular old-fashioned BDU. Then they went from BDU to the digital camo.
Rob had to look it up, make sure he was referencing the right thing. Nice one.
I can't wait till he moves here, by the way.
Yeah.
He's supposed to move to Illinois, by the way.
Yep.
So
He'll be north of me.
hey, he's still going to be in the area.
Yeah.
So he'll be closer. You guys will be about the same distance between each other from me.
Well, we may just have to make the next
We just got to
rendezvous.
figure out a way to get him over here
The next rendezvous to be at
in Illinois, like you want.
that Pine campground.
If you want to host, we can figure it out.
Depends on the job situation.
Obviously, everything's.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm injured and I'm still waiting to go back to work. But I have to wait. I'm waiting on my surgery, obviously. But on a good note, for everybody's notice, I am down to 286.7 as of this morning. I was at 288 earlier, so I think I'm doing good. I lost about 1.5 pounds. That's the last time I weighed in.
Did you see what my profession is below my name?
Professional Oreo cookie taster?
Yeah.
Actually, I think you should go with what's the word for it? Oh, those people eat food for a living, as fast as they can. Yeah, you're a competitive cookie eater. Now, would you be amateur or professional? There's the question. That was a question there.
Probably
Dan.
professional.
Professional? I can understand that. With or without milk, though?
Well, it all depends on how you go about doing it. If you're doing the fork into the Oreo and then heat it up over a flame and then
I'm the one that goes
no milk.
One hand, dunk it with my fingers, shove it in my mouth, chew.
If you're doing the dunk, it's got to be the double stuff. And
too sweet. I can't do double stuff.
And
now, I've tried the chocolate ones before.
Now, the double stuff.
Quality control officer. There you go, Molly.
Was actually decreased so that they could come in and make a triple stuff. But the triple stuff is 2 of the original stuff fillings put together, stacked inside it. So it is not triple. It's probably the same. It's the same equivalency as the new reduced double stuff. And they're calling it a triple.
Now, that's interesting that you got really detailed knowledge about Oreo cookies.
Oh, don't mess
with Is that your weakness there, Dan?
Don't mess with my cookies.
Now, are you also a Girl Scout cookie fan?
No.
Okay.
I mean, the peanut butter cookies, but, just about any peanut butter
I can't have those, but okay.
Yeah, your allergy.
Right. So, but I mean, I used to like them a lot before I realized I was allergic. Doesn't stop me from liking peanut butter.
Yeah.
My stomach doesn't like it, though. Now, if I have a really serious reaction, I'm screwed. If I ever
Molly's a Thin Mint fan.
Oh, do you remember? I'm not sure if they remember the ones they used to have, the marshmallow. They were like that thick. I can't remember what they were called.
But it
they
was
had the cookie at the bottom, the marshmallow, then covered in chocolate. There's a most stuff, 4 times stuffing. Oh my.
All right.
You're on a mission now.
Nabisco. If you need to sponsor somebody,
I'm still would love to be sponsored by Pepsi, but that's me. I don't drink as much Pepsi at the moment because of the medication I'm on. I can't handle sweet that much.
Yeah.
I'm okay with coffee, surprisingly
Oh,
enough, but
stuff.
that's about it.
All right, I got to find out about this.
Oh, there's my mug. I'm not using my big mug today. I'm just using this one.
Ooh, Amazon has them. It says Kroger does, but I bet you my Kroger doesn't. Oh, those look like heaven.
You got to make sure you have enough milk to go with those.
Yeah, it's a definite dunk thing. That's for sure. But the problem is, I do refrain from buying them because I'm a row a day person. So usually they come in 3 rows and, one sitting, 1 row.
Okay, I actually found what I'll give me a second here.
Did
I
you
don't
find
that's the
some
right-
specs on the Miltech?
No, I'm looking for something that Corporal's Corners one of his favorite items is a poncho liner that's not military, but
Okay, so this says it's
oh crap.
100% polyester.
I've got to do something. I forgot to give me a second. One major second here. Because I forgot to do something with my channel.
Oh, the share out.
No. I forgot to turn on my freaking monetization.
Yeah, 100%. The upper is 100% polyester, and the padding is 100% polyester.
Right.
And the bag is 100% polyester, which the ones at the store didn't have a bag. They were just hanging over a coat hanger.
Right.
And the dimensions are 82.6 by 59 inch. Weight 800 grams. What is that in pounds?
Okay. Oh man, I got to do. Sorry, you guys. You guys are probably going to be getting some ads here soon because I forgot to do that one because I was running real late. I forgot to put my monetization on. Can't make any money if I don't.
1.76 pounds.
Isn't that bad?
But I think it's a little bit too big to put in the to-go bag. Which my to-go bag is not just a 2 or 3 day to-go bag. It's a to-go bag if you
Okay,
gotta
get it to
skedaddle away.
the blank out of Dodge bag.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a couple. I've got a get home bag. I've got a 3-day go bag, and I have get out of Dodge bag. So a lot of my gear crosses over because it's just I can't afford to buy gear for each bag, which is not like everybody nowadays. I'm sure Rob's the same way as Jay and Molly and even Cecilia, who's really good on hers. Does not get out of dodge. Hers is more stay in.
Well, the
He's
way I
bugging in.
look at it is I can lighten the load before I take off. You know,
Right.
if it
Well, there's some
needs.
things I'm going to take with me, even though weight is going to be a part of a concern, but it's more the way instead of can I live with it, can I live without it is the question. If I can't live without it, it's going with me.
I was trying to remember. I saw something that I know Ian would have liked, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. Almost got it for him.
What? Okay. Let me ask Ian real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to mute myself. Come here. Talk to him. Bend down where he can see you. Talk to him.
What's up, bud?
He's curious on what you were considering.
I wasn't expecting to hear about it, but yeah.
I just found out right before I called you.
Yeah.
So talk to him. He's the one that he found a surplus shop.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember what it was, but they had a lot of, various bags and, backpacks.
He's got a Alice pack, the newer one. He's got a lot of flight bags. He's got the Gore-Tex rain gear. He's got the both in BDU and desert.
Yeah, there is just one item I'm actually looking for currently. Let me go get it.
He's looking for one item I've recently got rid of a lot of bags, space being priority. I can understand that. Well, that's why I said a lot of my stuff crosses over.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what Ian's looking for.
I'm looking for a replacement one of those.
This is an old school winter khaki hat, military hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Army or Air
I'll
Force.
check and see if they've got one.
Yeah.
It's literally falling apart on him.
Yeah.
This is one of his. Oh.
That's the tag that needs to be on it.
Okay. It does have the numbers here. I'm going to see if I can read them properly. I will type it in real quick. I'll type it in the chat. That way you'll know what it is. Or actually, I'll put it in the private chat. You can look at it better that way. Unless someone else is curious, then I'll, copy it.
I've been looking all over for a replacement.
Give me a second here. P1111 00 dash. Crap, this thing is hard to see. 97 C dash. Oh, sorry. C's on its own. Dash C dash 9512. That I'm not sure if this is all separate ones or all one, so you're going to get multiple lines here, Dan. That's the first line.
Now, what is that? Is that a identifying mark of?
Yeah, it's got the tag on here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just writing that down. And the size is 7.5.
Yeah.
But I got to write it all down separately because that's all I can see.
Now, they claimed they had camping gear.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, what do you got in the way of tents? The only thing they had was the Mylar emergency tent.
Well, those are not necessarily a bad thing to have.
Yeah.
I would use those in conjunction with a regular tent sometimes, if you can get away with it, as a liner more than anything else on the inside, because just using it as itself is not enough because you're going to get a wind tunnel effect depending on where you set it up. And there's always going to be worry about critters and what of the multi-legged kind, or the four-legged kind, or the two-legged kind, whatever it is.
Right. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like the tarp that I have, I would rather use that than the Mylar one, because not only could I make cover, I could also, it's 17 by 10 tarp, so I could actually have part of it be the bottom of my tent,
Right.
so I'm not directly on the ground. So, if it's a choice of the Mylar or going with something like that, you're still going to have your critter factor either way.
Well, the one thing I'm looking for is I'm not sure if I even wrote that. Oh man, those are supposed to be two separate things that didn't come out separate, because this is actually two different numbers. It stops at 9512.
Okay.
Then it's supposed to pick up at the rest of it. So 9512's the first one, and 8415 it starts the other one. But yeah, Ian's looking for a new one because his is starting to fall apart because he never freaking washed it. And he wore it 24/7. Anywhere we went, doesn't matter how hot it was, doesn't matter how rainy it was or whatever, it was always on his head. His flaps were always down.
Well, you didn't even have to show it to me. You just said the Ian hat, and I would have like, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. It's the same hat he wore at the gathering.
Yep.
Every gathering
Yes.
that you and I have been together with.
He was.
And you have
wearing
not missed that hat
at
because it's the same one he's always worn.
at the Watchers Flea Market
Yeah.
in that hot sun.
Oh yeah. Doesn't matter how hot it was, he'd wear it. I keep on telling him it's a winter hat, not a summer hat. Me, I would wear, a stocking cap for my ears in the wintertime, because that's what you need to do. Now, I would love to get another watch cap. The green watch caps. Those things, I mean, yes, you can get the black ones, but I like the green ones, and they worked great. Some people call them beanies, some people call them toques. I called them watch caps because that's what they were called when I was in. But those things, I like snug knit things over my ears to keep my ears warm, because I have had frostbite at the tips of my ears before. I'm sure Jenny, when she was stationed in England, what time of year were you there, huh? I've always forgot to ask.
Was there from
Were you in the winter time?
1991 to fall 94.
So you went in the winter time there.
Yeah.
Did you have to wear a stocking cap?
Oh yeah.
Would you like to? The military stocking caps were just amazing to me, but yeah, that's the number, folks. If you want to give it a shot, you can try that. But I'm gonna have to redo that just so I can copy it better.
But yeah, like I said, most of their stuff, I mean, they had some clothes. They had a lot of
Oh yeah.
a lot of different bags, that were like maybe attached to your belt, or satchel bags or things like that. There weren't a whole lot of like, the big rucksack type thing. They had a lot of, they had some dummy grenades. They had shell casings, the big brass shell casings.
Oh, I got that covered.
No, bigger than that.
You see how big this thing is?
I'm talking ones that
Oh, you're
are
talking about the big mortar shell
this
stuff.
big around, and
The stuff they use for trench art now a lot.
yeah, probably about 2.5 to 3 foot tall.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this freaking hat for him because it's just like probably not going to likely find it because I have no freaking clue. But if anybody's still here, please let me know because Dan and I are just yakking away here.
Says we got 5 watching now.
Yep. I do have a lot of military stuff because when I was at the DAV thrift shop, a lot of people give away their gear. Ian acquired a ton of gear that the DAV thrift shop did not like the fact that the guy donating did not donate it directly to the shop first. Then we bought it off of the shop because they didn't get sales. But the guy donated it directly to him because he found out Ian was a fan of the military gear and everything else. Yeah. My dad, when he got out of the Marine Corps, when he got to the last post he was at, he was in uniform with his bag of gear, went up to another Marine that just got on post, about roughly his size, and just handed over everything and then walked away. But my dad was motor pool and all this other stuff. So thank you for letting me know you're still here, folks. Dan, you okay? You're awfully quiet.
Oh, I was trying to figure out how you do that present thing.
Oh, just click on it.
Is that the one that you can present your screen?
Yep. Click on it and hit share screen.
Okay.
Then you'll screen will pop up, and the top one on whatever one's on the list you've shown is what you can show. Then I'll allow it and whatever.
Let's see.
So just give it a shot. I'll see what I can do.
See if I can do this.
As long as there's no porn sites, or I'm good. No political, no porn, no religious. Other than that, we're good. Now, those of us who do have bags for bugging out, bugging in, get home bags, etc. What kind of packs do you guys like to use? And what kind? I mean, do you prefer like military style gear? Do you like civilian style gear and adapting it for it to work? Or you just use whatever you can get your hands on? Now, as Dan knows, I'm a major thrifter when it comes to thrifting items. Ian is a lot better than I am. According, he's seen it, hands down. He's seen it in person. Because Dan and I have done the thrift bug out bag challenge this year, and we had a hell of a lot of fun doing it. Spent a lot of money doing it, but we had a lot of fun doing it as well.
Okay, how do I get it to pop up?
I will do this. Boom.
Oh, okay. So this on the right hand side, the shovel that's up and down.
Oh, okay, I see it.
And
the trifold.
Yeah,
yeah. It's got the triangle handle.
Yeah,
and then it all folds up like that. Ian's got one like that, but in yellow.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got it here, but hey, bud, your folding yellow shovel. You still got it? Because Dan bought one in orange. 2 thumbs up to you from Ian. Now, how much did you pay for it?
$9.
That's not bad. Now,
Yeah.
that's a Rothko one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Rothko does a lot of what I consider not exactly knockoffs,
Yeah.
but not exactly mil spec either.
Yeah, it's not the high end type stuff that you might expect to pay, $40-$50 for.
Right.
It's definitely, I mean, the pouch that it come in is definitely
Oh,
a low
hey,
grade.
on that middle of that page right there, go all the way to the bottom of that bottom row there. Yeah, the second one on the left. That's the one you just got. Isn't it? It's got the pouch and everything.
Let me
No, go to the left. Go to the left. Not on that part. Not where you're scrolling. Now, that
this
would be
one
it.
right
Yeah, same one.
that one right there that
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
that's what it is.
Okay, kind of figured that might be. I've
So
had
yeah,
something similar in the past, but I don't have any shovels on me right now. I recently did add a hatchet to my gear. I'm splitting up I've got two hatchets that I normally like carrying. I'm putting one in my backpack which is going to be both my backpacking backpack as well as my bug out bag, because you always got to practice with your gear. If you don't know how to practice with it, you may not be ready for it when you do need it to use it. So,
well, that reminds me. I Last time I went camping, I started doing the bow drill
right,
for the fire, and I
that's my
used
weakness. I can't do those.
I used paracord for the string,
Right,
and the the
spindle.
not the yeah the spindle. It would just the cord just slid back and forth on the spindle. The spindle itself did not turn, and I wasn't putting a whole lot of pressure on
Then how tight did you have the spindle?
it. I kept making it tighter and tighter to the point you think I would not be able to,
Hmm.
uh, in any way, the spindle would slip in it, but it still did.
What the heck is?
Oh, that's my model.
Ian's game has the Taco Bell. The Taco Bell thing's going off here, and we don't even have Taco Bell. No, I'm just trying to think of. I would say try waxing the your paracord. If you have any wax, you can put on there to give it some grip.
Yeah, but the concept of it is that you find the wood and you have a string.
Okay, now most
The,
paracord nowadays is nylon based.
yeah, but the likelihood of having some wax to put on your string to keep the spindle from
If you
spinning.
have any fire starters whatsoever that you have homemade made or candles that go with you, you have wax.
Yeah, but if you don't, is what I'm saying. If
Okay,
you're,
then
if
that's not going to be in the likelihood of me.
right, but if you're, say, let's say your pack, is, somehow got separated from you. You have the paracord shoelaces.
Not me, right? Not at the moment. No.
No, I'm just saying you've got the paracords. So you're just
Oh, hey,
breaking it
look,
down to the very basics. Yeah,
paracord.
yeah. So you're just breaking it down to the very basics. You got your
Um,
hearthboard, your spindle, and your bearing block, which you can make those from, the wood that you find in the woods, and then your shoelace for your cordage.
give me a second here. I'm trying to. Hmm. I'm trying to see if I have any spare arrows, because I've always wanted to see if you could do a bow drill fire with a bow and an old arrow.
Well, you know where my next venture with that's going to go, don't you?
You're going to get a bow and an arrow and try it?
No.
Oh. Well,
But
that's what was my suggestion.
Without giving it away, remember what one of my recent videos I did for Fatwood?
Right.
Making shavings?
Right.
Put that on the spindle.
I think that would be a good idea.
You think that would work?
I don't know. I think I told you that before, but I told you that was a good idea when I heard it the first time.
Yeah.
Now,
and of course, you're gonna have your handy dandy knife with you.
Right. I carry an orange handled one in my bug out bag, in my bushcraft bug out bag, because you never know. With my bushcraft bag, I carry an orange one because you're doing bushcraft things. Now, there is a knife that someone has suggested that you might want to consider. It is a Fisker's, I guess it's a gardening knife. It's a cross between a trowel and a knife. Have you ever seen those?
What is it called?
Give me a second. I will pull it up for you.
Well, you know I had to get that folding shovel, don't you?
Right.
One, because of the color, and two, because I now have a cherished treasure of a folding shovel that one of your viewers gave to me at one of our get-togethers.
Yeah. Well, here, I'll show you. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. That blade is concave. It's curved, not flat. It's got a sharpened, there's a serrated edge on one side and a sharpened edge on the other.
Yeah.
I wish there was more to show to that, but that's it. I'm going to see if I can find a better picture. Walmart carries them too.
You know what we call those, don't you?
Nope.
Poop shovels.
They can be. I've got a shovel for that. That's the only shovel I carry. But I usually carry that in my backpack.
Molly knew. She knew. She knew what I was talking about.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get this thing. But you can see you could be using it a lot. I mean, it is heavy. It's not light by any means. See if I can find the stats on it here.
Do they have a
yeah, they're like
a side view of it?
I don't think so. There's another one that's very similar. Something like that, you know.
So that's concave?
Yeah, it's actually not straight flat.
So is it curved like this, or is it bold?
Bold. The part you can see all the stats and stuff on, it's like this. It's for cutting roots, technically.
And what do they call that?
They call it a Fisker's stainless steel gardening knife. The cheapest one is sorry, still not 100%. But between $22 to $32, depending on where you get them at. And there's knockoff versions of the same thing.
Yeah, I see the first one you showed, the Hori Hori from Home Depot.
I'm checking.
Fisker's one actually has a split in the tip of it.
Yeah, there's two of them. There's two different versions. That's just one of them. The first one does not have a split. Give me a second. I'm going to check something here on Amazon here. That's the one that's got a split. That's not the one I'm talking about. There's another one that does not have a split, but I can't remember where it's at. Give me a second here. I'm trying to. Yeah. The one on Home Depot does not have a split. That's this one here. The Hori Hori knife. You can see the concave in it right now, right there.
I hope we're pronouncing that right.
It says Hori Hori, and I'm just going to pronounce it as that, but that's why they just call it a stainless steel wood handle gardening knife. But it's got different styles there. See, there you can see the whole blade right there.
Okay, I'm actually watching a little video of it.
There's two different versions. Some with the pointed tip and some without.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, I told you.
But, I mean,
It's for allow you to carry a knife, and you can still do your business at the same time.
it looks like a poop shovel.
Now, a lot of people don't take that into consideration when you do your bug out bags.
Yeah,
they don't. And I hate to say this, that's a part of survival.
Yeah.
As the old book says, everybody poops.
Well, the interesting thing is, when you think back, like I said, I've been reading these Western books, and like them on the wagon trains and all the things that they had to go through, but you think about the simple necessities that the average person needs. Toilet paper.
They actually had something called family cloths. Basically, it was a dedicated soil cloth.
Yeah.
Which they would dunk in water or bleached water and clean it off and hang it out to dry. That they'd be used over and over again. Or until they had the advent of newspaper or magazines or stuff like that later on. But a dedicated washcloths just for that purpose.
Yeah.
But that is something people might want to consider. I mean, when you're in a bug out situation, I mean, other than building a military style slit trench, a privy,
Yeah.
you're not going to have access to dedicated bathrooms. Water's going to be scarce unless you know of an outhouse somewhere that's still functional.
Yeah.
Whether it is you decide to make a simple one using the simple process of using a fanoodle and a 5-gallon bucket and a plastic bag, that'll allow you to go do your business and all that other stuff.
That, or you don't have to use a 5-gallon bucket if you have one of those collapsible garbage cans for that you can put like a kitchen trash bag in,
right?
And it's so basically it's just a collapsible thing, and the nice thing about that is you don't have to sit down. You can just hold it up to your hiney.
But it's not always going to work.
Oh yeah, it does.
No, when you have bad knees, it's not always going to work.
No, you don't have to sit down.
No, because just being able to, not everybody's going to be able to do that standing up.
Just a slight angle is all you need.
I can't put the pressure on my knees, dude.
Yeah,
I've got literally bad knees.
Yeah.
Now there are methods for that. That I know this is the weirdest topic we've ever talked about, but it's a pretty major thing about both prepping, survival, you name it,
Yeah.
that no one talks about.
Yep.
There's a method called I can't remember what it's called. Basically, you grip a tree.
Molly.
So I know you grab a tree like like this, and you brace your feet up against it, and then squat down and do your business that way.
Oof. Yeah.
There's another one where you could use a strap and hold yourself up, doing basically the same method, but you don't have to hold it onto the tree. You're using a strap to do it.
Yeah.
But underneath, you don't let it go straight to the ground. You dig a hole, obviously.
Yeah.
To bury it. You always do it. Well, the standard for on trail for if you're doing backpacking is 200 feet from any major trail.
Yeah.
Always cover it. And it's usually this far down and about that big.
Yeah.
If you're using wipes or whatever, if it's not biodegradable, pack it out.
Yeah. In these books, the Western books, it's interesting how they included some of the things that could be useful today in survival, but they talked about you've got where you're going to sleep, and you go at like 100 yards away for where you have your campfire.
Right. You don't cook
know.
where you and eat where you sleep.
Yeah, and it was kind of twofold. One, your food, you don't want critters coming to you in
Exactly.
your tent, and the other thing was that your fire gives off that smoke and stuff like that. If somebody wants to follow,
Someone doesn't find your encampment.
yeah, they want to follow the scent of the smoke, they'll find your
remnants of your
burn.
fire, not your encampment.
Exactly.
I am going to have Ian bring me one more thing to show you that you might actually get it. Hey, Blake, how you doing, brother?
Hey,
I'll be right
Blake.
back.
So how's the recovery, Blake?
I got something to show you that's going to be amazing to you. I don't think you've seen this, Dan. You might recognize it. You might not. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's in it.
Guess what this is?
It's Ian's practice punching bag.
Nope. This is a cowboy bedroll. This is the canvas cover. It rolls out.
That is the sleeping bag. It's not the cover.
It's both the cover and sleeping bag at the same time.
That is
It's
a
attached
big.
together, I think. Oh, wait, is
Nope, ties together.
it? It tied together. It ties together.
That is a big one.
Oh yeah.
And it's warm and comfortable.
And this was only $15.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got a deal on it. Same place I always get my gear.
Yeah.
But that is freaking heavy. That's not something you would just put in your car. But the thing is, it's waterproof. The canvas is waterproof, so you lay it directly on the ground. It is very warm. You can use it all year round. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about going camping this weekend. And it's supposed to get down to like 40 at night.
Okay. I've been talking about going winter camping.
Yeah.
I may have to break down and change my aspects due to the fact of my knee situation,
Mm-hmm.
and actually break down and actually buy a hot tent with a stove.
Yeah.
Which would be big enough for more than one person.
I just use my Mr. Buddy.
Well, I mean, I want to try an actual hot tent,
Yeah,
because I could put in firewood and go that route.
right.
But that would also allow me to use a cot. That way, I
Yeah.
don't have to sit on the ground because it's hard for me to get up and down off the ground.
A
A
what?
buddy heater is what she's talking about. It's a space heater, propane space heater. But I wouldn't want to use a hot tent, which allows me to use a wood stove, which you can do so much with that. Not only can you heat your tent up, you can cook on it.
You
And
can, you can cook on a Mr. Buddy.
you can, but the thing is, it's easier for me to throw another log in the stove than me to go out and having to repurchase another propane bottle if we run out. True?
That's true.
That should be more of a winter camp, it's not. I mean, what I was planning to do was not a survival video, but just a winter camp out type situation.
Yeah.
But just to see how it would be for a winter camping situation, I did happen to give me a second here. What did I do with it? Is this it, or is this the other one? That is not it. That's something else. I've got another thing somewhere. I just got to figure out what I did with it. Oh, it's over there. One of the items I had picked up originally at the DMA thrift shop, which I was going to use in conjunction with the that kind of setup, Dan, is this.
Nice.
This is a down puffer jacket, and this would go. I'd wear this under my waterproof windbreaker. But this thing here is so freaking warm and so freaking soft. You could use that as a pillow, so you don't have to bring a pillow. But the thing is a 3X, and making me feel like I'm a little, like I lost a lot of weight. But I paid like $2 for this, and this thing is down filled, and it's like I said, it's really freaking soft. And for a winter situation, you want layers anyway, because when you're out and about cutting firewood, whatever it is, if you start getting warm, you remove a layer, and if you don't, then you're going to sweat. If you sweat, you die. But I don't think Blake would have to know anything about that since he's down in Georgia. You and I know about winter weathers. The only one who knows more about it here is Scott oh man, Mandy's ex. They're both from the same area. Are you okay, Dan?
Yeah, I'm looking at these puffer jackets.
This one is a JCPenney puffer jacket.
Yeah, I'm just looking across Amazon.
Yeah, this one here is there's what the tag looks like. Let me see if I can get that to come up where you can see it a little better.
Ones I'm seeing are looks to be about like what you've got, about $42.
Yeah, I paid for a couple bucks for this one. I spotted it. I recognized for what it is. I've been trying to find one. I'd rather have one with a hood, but I figured I could always wear my but it's oh crap, I'd have to bring it. It's over there somewhere. I bought it because it was more of a rain jacket more than anything else, but I could figure it out. I could use it in conjunction with that to get myself a little extra warmth.
Yeah, I'd like to find one to throw in my bug out bag.
Well, this is what I planned on using for my bug out bag, because I'm using that puffer jacket in conjunction with this jacket. And this is a simple Colan.
Yeah.
Because the only reason I got this, because first and foremost, it fit me. Second, it's a windbreaker style. I don't. It doesn't have the under zip hits that I'd love to have. It doesn't have, but it does have the folding uh, headgear where you put your stuff in there. I also have my winter gloves and my winter stocking cap in here, so that way I don't have to worry about my ears getting cold. But that's because that's one of my biggest worries. So, yeah, that puffer jacket in itself, surprisingly enough, keeps you warm. It's got 4 pockets, 2 outer, 2 inner, and the outer ones are zipper pockets, and they're deep too. I can spread my whole hand out, and that's still got room to move in that pocket, how big it is. And there's another inner pocket on the inside. Yes, another inner pocket right there too. Both sides, same size. So plenty of storage. I did have to modify the zipper just a little bit because it kept on pulling apart. But once I did that, it works fine. And I paid less than a couple bucks for that. That's your cap, I know.
Yeah, that one, I actually, if you'll notice back behind there, you see uh, behind the tent, you'll kind of see like a light gray on the ground. That's the
Okay,
gravel.
can you send me that one on Instagram or something? Because I can post it up.
Uh, yeah, let's see what I can do there.
Share it to me on Instagram or something, then I could share it up here, or I could see it more properly. I'm sorry about the brightness over there because I usually have an overhead light, but in the future, my setup's going to be changing.
I don't know if I have uh, your Instagram. Or about Messenger
Kincaid 67.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know if-
Give me a second. I think I got you there.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I know I got you on there somewhere.
Okay, I sent it. I think I did.
I don't think so. Did you send it through me on Facebook?
Yeah.
I'm checking Facebook too. Nope, not on Facebook. So I got you on that one too, I think. Yeah, I got you on Facebook, but not that one. Oh, okay, now I got it. Where did it go? I had your picture and I don't know where it went to. Okay, this is just weird. I tried to pop it up and it didn't do anything. Give me a second here. One more time. Show it to me. Send me one more time. And now, is that on your what site did you normally post that originally?
No, that was a weekend where there were a lot of people uh, camping, and all the usual sites that I pick uh, were taken up,
No, I
reserved.
can't. Okay, give me try this again. Let me try this. See if this works. I'm trying to see if I can get this thing to pop up where I can see it. It's not let me do anything.
What if I send it on Messenger?
It probably would work on Messenger. Because I can't get it to work. It's not popping up. Oh, I'm not sure if I can do it this way, but I do have something that I'm not sure if it'll work, but I can give it a shot. Now, this is the video first because I'm using Chrome, but I pulled it up on Firefox. So I don't know if I can do it that way. I can try. Nope, that's not it. It's a window. I'm not sure if I can get it to work. Nope, can't do it that way. Oh, I got an idea. Ooh, idea. Give me a second. I hope I can do this. Because I couldn't. Oh, I know what I need to do.
He knows. Did you know? Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know.
Okay, I'm hoping this works. Oh, come on. Ah, dang it. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Try that.
What's the matter?
Mom, I'm having trouble with something.
The problem is if you open it, then it's going to do a new window, isn't it?
Well, I'm trying to see there. It's right there. You almost see it. So just give me a moment, folks. I'm trying to figure this out. I gotta try again. Can I make that bigger? Oh yeah, I can. Woo!
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
There it is. I got it. It took me a while, but I got it.
I pulled the back side of the tarp there down so that it
Right.
would block off, because you can see the picnic table in the far background there.
This one?
Yeah. That's like 15 yards from the back of my canopy.
Okay.
So when I got there, like I said, a lot of the sites were reserved. And so I picked this one, and I knew that campsite was really close, but I could basically put my tent in between and then the tarp like I had it. So the
Yeah,
back tarp
like a
was
little
down.
sunshade. Yeah.
So, but it just kind of meant I didn't have to be seeing them all day long.
Yeah, you actually have some things that I'm kind of jealous of, and those are your poles.
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous about those.
The poles on each end that are yellow on the bottom,
Right.
those are just the telescopic painter poles.
What about the other ones?
Those are the ones I got recently that really nice ones, but you can get them on Amazon. They're the the twist and then telescopic,
Right.
and they'll go a little bit taller than the painter poles.
Well, at least with the painter poles, you can't miss them. I mean, you won't have to worry about tripping over them.
Yeah.
Are they about the same weight?
Oh, they're lighter than the painter poles.
Okay.
And I've got 6 of them in a bag, and the bag, is probably about that big around.
Okay.
And then the 4 painter poles are at least that big. So
Yeah.
6 it fits in the space that 4 does, and they compress down to shorter than the painter poles do.
Well, normally when I need to put my tarp up, I end up using my trekking poles, but my trekking poles only go up to like 54 inches, 53, 54 inches, somewhere in there, which is great if you want to make a tent.
The gray thing right there by one of the poles
Right.
next to the chair, that's the collapsible trash can.
Yeah, I saw those. I don't think that would work. Because when you're doing your business, you want something that doesn't going to collapse under you.
Well, you're not going to sit on it.
That's the whole point of a toilet, is to sit down. Especially if you are those.
You could do
myself, old knees that don't work that well.
Here's the approach you could do.
I'm not crouching anywhere.
No. Back against the tree, like you're doing a chair, and then just slide it up.
Still have to put all my pressure on my knees. It's like when you do they used to do that same exercise when I was in high school in track. It was one of the exercises you're sitting up against the wall and you got to bend down to your knees, your thighs are perpendicular to the floor.
Yeah,
that put a lot of pressure on your knees.
But you notice there that all the pine needles, of course. So this is a pine.
Looks like you swept around the fire pit, obviously.
Yeah, I kicked it back so that no embers could jump out.
And you bucked a few logs over here with your bow saw.
Yep.
And you got a welcome mat.
Yep.
Right before your tent.
That is actually one of those, like a doormat that's kind of a hard, bristly type
right,
stuff.
To keep the needles out of your tent. Yeah, I get it.
Well, that and this campground is, the ground is very sandy.
I would think soft would be the word, because with all those pine needles.
Well, it's got a lot of sand and so
that would probably end up being colder, in my opinion.
Yeah, but basically, to keep from tracking all that sand into the tent, I've got that so I can just scrape my shoes on it, and it knocks it off into the mat.
Oh, look at it. Extreme close up.
Yeah. I went kind of crazy on the guidelines there, because I have
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, each of the end painter poles has 2 on it.
Right.
And then across the back, I've got 3 of them. Across the front, I've got 2 of them.
Well, yeah, I see this one, and this one, and that one, and that one back here, and that one.
Yeah.
The thing is, what is this attached to? I don't see. It's not attached to the tent, because the tent stops right there.
There is a ridge line.
Oh, okay. I have a bunch of ridgeline tents, tarps.
Originally, I set it up with ridge line, and you can see it going off the left there from the painter's pole.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, that's tied to a tree.
But
I didn't have a tree on the right to tie it to.
Understandable.
But come to find out, the guys in the campground behind me there were hunters, and they were there for deer season, but it turned out it was youth weekend.
Right.
So they had slated for the whole week. So basically that weekend they didn't get to go
Right.
do any hunting until Monday. So, but I got it. You know, they asked if they bothered me with their talking and stuff like that, and I was like, absolutely not, because they were basically telling deer stories, deer camp stories.
That's where you grab your beer or whatever you're drinking and go over there and just hang out with them.
I was tempted to.
I don't think they would have a problem with it.
Yeah. Well,
especially if you brought out Herbert T.
you have to also realize that the people in that area are kind of a different breed. They're kind of a close knit group.
Hunters can be.
They don't take to outsiders too well.
If you're a hunter,
yeah,
you could probably blend in really easily. That's why I do a lot of everything, because I do hunt, I do fish. I don't call myself a fisherman, but I fish. I'm a backpacker. I'm a thrifter. I'm a bushcrafter. I do a little bit of everything. And I would not call myself a prepper per se.
Yeah.
But I have prepping elements to myself. And I do try to put myself
I think the term
ahead of schedule.
I use is camp crafter.
Yeah. Bushcraft, I can understand to a point, because I actually, one of my favorite things to do is my flint and steel, which is not common to even preppers and stuff. That's my preferred method. People say, oh, use a ferro rod. Yes, I could use a ferro rod, but if I lose my ferro rod, like certain people did.
You've seen the inside of my tent, though.
I've seen the inside of your tent.
The glamping.
Multiple times, dude.
The glamping.
You glamp really well. You've seen my tent.
Yeah.
I glamp a little at an old school level, but it's still glamping, but a different level.
Yes. No, I haven't taken
less high tech, but still glamping.
I haven't taken to laying down carpeting and stuff like that and bringing back out.
I think your next thing you should do is the foam tiles. The big ones that look like puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
That way, when you do a winter camp out, you would insulate from the ground.
Believe it or not, I have considered it.
One of the things I would say, I'm considering on doing, even with my smaller Light Fighter 1 tent, I was thinking about getting one of the reusable Mylar blankets, the really thick folding ones that you can reuse over and over and over again, and put that on the floor as a floor with the silver side up, obviously. That way, any heat I create or generate from my body or any other outdoor source would reflect to me instead of just going straight into the ground.
Well, just take the cowboy bedroll.
I can't. What's the main reason? It's not mine. I want Ian to go with me when I do this final winter camp out. Yes, it's not a survival, folks. I am not built for survival in the wintertime in that method right off the bat. Not with a couple years of prep time.
Well, you guys would be able to survive at that campground because probably 7 or 8 miles down the road is a Casey's.
Well, that's not what I'm talking. For me, I wouldn't matter. But I was thinking more of doing it at Yellow River.
Yeah.
You know where we camped out before? At Yellow River. Yeah. Up that hill where we were at, you and me and Tyler.
Yeah, I saw Tyler went back there, and I think that's where he popped the question.
Oh, I didn't know he did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I haven't heard that one. Thank you for letting me know.
Yes, he did.
About time. Him and Izzy are pretty cool together.
Oh, yes, they are.
They were awesome at the gathering.
Yeah.
I like them, and I've met them several other times outside of there, like at fair and stuff like that. But no, Yellow River is a beautiful spot, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
You can guarantee that. You can that you were there.
Now, now Yellow River, because I'm not sure they would allow the the hot tent with the stove at this campground because all fires have to be on the concrete pad or in the ring.
What exception where you and I were at with the backpacking sites?
Yeah.
And if you're off the ground anyway with this wood stove,
Yeah.
which would fall into those parameters of
Well,
off the
that's what
ground.
I'm saying. I don't know what. No, I don't know at the one you're talking about going to, but at the campground I'm at, I'm curious if they would allow a hot tent with a stove like that.
I think they would.
Because you got to remember too, you would have the stovepipe, and embers could come out of that.
Well, if you're doing it in wintertime, literally in the snow.
Yeah, well, then you wouldn't have a whole lot to worry about.
That's what I'm planning on doing it in the winter.
But I mean, you saw how the ground's covered with pine needles. So.
Yeah, I understand about your area, but I'm talking about full on, at least a foot of snow. Because one of the things I plan on using is getting some kind of toboggan sled to pull my gear on. I plan on using my snowshoes. And I would get my tent up somewhere on one of the backpacking trail sites where we were at. Set it up there. And I'd have the whole place to myself basically. We can camp down the bottom of the hill. We don't even have to go pack very far in because the little parking spot's not too far from there.
Yeah,
just go up the hill and there you are. You're there by a quarter mile or so. Yeah. And that was Heffron's Hill, I believe. That was the site we went to. That part right there had that big open area right there in the back, a little further up from where we were at, where they had that little lean-to.
Yeah.
And everything else. That open area right there is where I was thinking about doing something like that. And then you always put all your extra firewood in the lean-to.
Yeah.
And that way you keep your firewood dry. And it should be able to buck enough down fire trees to keep yourself warm overnight.
If you have wet firewood, then you got that.
Yep, I do love that. That's the one I gave you, isn't it?
No.
Oh,
that's that one that from that giveaway that they sent me.
Oh, didn't I give you one?
Yeah, I still got it.
Okay, same thing, same exact thing. Yeah. By the way, Ian still loves the stuff you gave him, so we traded a whole bunch of stuff that weekend.
Oh yeah.
I just wish we would have gotten more. We had more gotten to that last flea market, but you were visiting your brothers, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But I think that Heffron's Hill at Yellow River would be my area.
I almost took a swing north from when I left my brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to go to the diamond mine?
No.
You should have went trout fishing there. They got some really gnarly trout fishing there.
So basically, I would have had to cross over a state, and then whose state would I have been in after that?
Kentucky or
north of Arkansas.
Is that Tennessee or Kentucky? I can't remember.
North of Arkansas?
I'm trying to see the map in my head. I'm getting things flip-flopped.
So above Arkansas is Missouri.
Oh, okay. I thought no, Missouri was down into the left. Down into the Arkansas down to the left or right. No, left. Going south. Isn't it? Now I got myself really messed up. Backtracking. Oh, you're right. It's straight south.
Okay, and what's above that?
Missouri.
What's above Missouri?
Me.
Yep.
You can always come visit me. You know that.
Yeah. I just almost went north after that, but
I've got snowshoes. I actually got a brand new pair of snowshoes that'll fit me once I, lose the weight. I'm almost there now. I'm at 286 and dropping. But my plan. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if you knew the area where you and I and Tyler were at. We can hunt that.
yeah.
That's totally open for hunting. Can you imagine doing a winter hunting video? I mean, we go out squirrel hunting, rabbit hunting, whatever. Just can't. I mean, deer hunting with it's in season.
Yeah, but out of state deer hunting license?
I know that's the only issue is like the immense cost of something like that, especially for you guys. But what if we have a temporary address for you? You just move to town.
I know when I used to hunt, and I lived in Tennessee and I hunt down in Mississippi, it was $300. And I think I saw that here in Illinois, if you're out of state, because I was considering, when I moved here, getting my hunting license and hunting, but I would have had to have done the out of state because hunting season started before my grace period. And
Right.
so I would have had to gotten out of state, and it was $300. So
Wow, that's why we figured out a way to get you a temporary living structure, like living here in Iowa. Are you
Yeah,
a
but-
resident? Yes, I am.
But a lot of the states require you to be a resident for 90 days, and you have to show your driver's license. So you would have to change your driver's license over to.
$90 days. But that would be so freaky.
How much is it?
No, it says you have to be 90 days. But what if you have a temporary address? Like, to use a perfectly good example, Rob. He can say he lives with his is in the States. He lives with his relatives.
But like
Does he
that-
travel all over the world while he's there? But he's based out of there.
Yeah, but I wonder if you could do a. Well, no, because you have to use whatever your driver's license.
I don't know. That's one I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Yeah, prior to purchasing a license. Oh, but I'm talking hunting license. It doesn't say any. You need proof of residency, which includes an Iowa driver's license or ID card. So you can get yourself an Iowa ID.
Yeah, but can you have dual state residency?
I don't see why not. Especially in cases of this is one that's I'm not thinking. I mean, we need somebody to actually consider this. Okay, and like say Ian's real mom and myself. If she lived in another state, and Ian was just 16, not 18 like he is now,
Yeah.
he would technically have dual residences.
Right.
Because he'd be 16 in whatever state that she was at, and here with me, he'd have his own residence here as well. So technically, he would be in both. That's that means he could get his license as a resident here and a license as a resident there. So that's something you might want to take up with a DNR type situation. Like say, or if you're saying you're taking care of your parents in Iowa every 6 months, not enough to be a resident at both, but just
I just say my brother from another.
you're my foster brother. We grew up as kids.
Yeah.
You're my little brother, but still my brother.
Well, then that means I've got foster brothers all over the place.
When I call you brother, I mean it.
I got them in
I
Colorado.
call you sister,
I got
I
'em
mean
in
it.
Iowa. I've got them in Arkansas, Tennessee.
But you got quite a few here in Iowa, though.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Then you got one in South Dakota. You got one. You got a sister down in Council Bluffs.
Council.
Deb.
Okay. Yeah.
So we got a lot of Iowans. You got, literally you got Tyler and Izzy.
Yeah.
So, and I do know that Tyler hunts. I don't think Cornfed hunts, though. I do know that Scott, SD Mountain Man, hunts. I know Deb doesn't hunt because she raises her own, obviously.
Look what Bruno put.
Now, I do have the. Have I showed you my snowshoes? Then I give me a chance to show them off a bit. They're still in the package, dude. I paid $9 for these, by the way. Give me a second. Oh man. Are you okay, my love? Are you sure? Mine is starting to go quick.
Make it disappear. Nobody saw that.
These are Atlas snowshoes. Let me put myself a little bigger so you can see them all.
Wow, those are big.
And they have serrations on the side there. We give you some traction. And
My gosh, you could fit Bigfoot's foot inside there.
that's where it said there's the original price right there.
You got them for how much?
$9.
$9?
I can thrift, dude.
Hey, Evan.
Hey, Evan. Yeah, these are my $9, $150 snowshoes. I want to be able to use them. I checked out the weight rating for these, and they originally bought. Where were these out through? These are Chinese made, by the way. So, but they can be bought in Europe, Canada, U.S., of course. I can freaking turn this over right now. See, find a tag. And Norway. Oh, it's called a different name. It's hard to read this thing. That's the warranty. This is the Helium series. But $150 original price.
Helium?
$9.
Helium?
They're called Heliums.
Helium. We like helium.
Yep. But yeah. Oh, I'll show you the price I got them for. $8.98. And they're the Helium Trail series, right there. Well, the thing is, I started acquiring a bunch of back in July. I started acquiring a lot of winter gear. I don't know why, but it made me think there's a reason for it that it's showing up now. So I started.
Sure, you're going to jinx us, and we're going to have a bad winter.
Oh, we already are going to have a bad.
Well, you keep it over there.
I'm sorry, it's on this. You're on the same plane as me, basically.
No, you keep it over there.
You're going to get a big snownado from the Great Lakes. Go straight down south.
No.
No, but would you be into doing a winter camping? Not a survival. Not survival.
No, I'm not a winter camper.
No, when I'm talking about a winter glamping site type setup, we're talking full on heat. Cooking steaks, that kind of thing.
My winter camping would be a lodge with a big fireplace in the middle of it.
With a lady bringing you a beer or something?
A snow bunny.
Snow bunny?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, Evan. Where are you going? Because I got a bunch of new gear, Evan. I got my new puffer jacket, and I've finally completed my winter military sleeping bag sleep system. So I got that for sleeping in. I've got my snowshoes. Only thing I don't have is the winter shell for my Light Fighter 1 tent to make it a full 4-season tent. But I don't know if I want to go full on military or just break down, buy a hot tent, a decent one, not a cheesy one, with a wood burning stove, so I can actually keep mostly warm, and have lights. I don't care. I'd bring a freaking projector and watch movies on the ceiling of my tent. I don't care.
All right. We need to do something here, though.
What's that?
We need to convince Evan to take camera along with make videos.
Oh, that sounds okay. Yeah, Evan, record. I saw you do video when you went overseas. Take picture. You took pictures then. Take video this time. And I think Evan's a firefighter now. I think. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Evan. I'm just going by what I know from your Instagram pictures. So correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, he's been all over the world lately. And he's still the tallest of all of us.
Yep.
See? I was right.
He's a fireman.
He's a fireman. He's the one that the women swoon over and everything on the calendars. Yeah, he's a calendar man types that women swoon over. No, I really would mind doing a winter camp out, but not a survival anything.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a video about your fire department, though. That would be an interesting video. If your chief would allow it, that is. Because, I mean, it's informative and people like hearing things about firemen for some reason. Don't ask me why. No, I mean, the fire trucks alone would bring, everybody in to at least look at that. But he's with the state park. That's even cooler. He's like a ranger, but not quite.
Now, what state's that in?
If he's in Ohio, I think he's where he used to be. I don't know. Or Indiana. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just look up the park. It's listed right there. Mohican State Park. So let me check something. Yeah, it's in Loudonsville, Ohio. Actually, it's a nice little park. They got a covered bridge and everything.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
I'm gonna check. Oh, he said it was another one that you can go into, or Findlay State Park. I'm gonna check out Findlay next. Findlay's got a really, really big lake. Oh, it was almost as big as, not as big as the one that we went to. You know, the one we have was bigger than that, but it's a nice park.
It's got a campground.
It's got several. It's got a disc golf course, camp check-in, several pavilions, bike trailheads, good hiking trails. Looks like. I would backpack that, but it's. I personally, I'm still kind of leaning towards Yellow River. Evans, don't get me wrong. Let me see. How many acres is that? I'm gonna go. Yeah, that one's got. Yeah, it's only 838 acres. Not anywhere compared to Yellow River, because Yellow River State Forest has got thousands of acres.
Yeah, I was trying to get an idea of how it related in size to the state park I camp at.
Give me a second here, guy. Yeah, Yellow River has. What does Yellow River have? Yeah, it's got 8,900 acres. 8,900 acres. Oh, I bet you do. 8,900 acres in the Yellow River where he and I went to with Tyler. Though I do know one thing. I still prefer sleeping in a tent over a hammock any day. Ooh, there you go. What do you think, Dan? Read what Evan just said.
Uh-huh.
That might be worth it.
Now the campground that I was telling you about where I go, they
Right.
have a large uh, campground that is for groups.
Right.
And then in the center of each one of the campsites, they've got, like a chair height concrete wall that goes around, where there's a big fire pit in the middle.
Okay, sort of like they did in Meatballs.
Yeah. And they, it's things like the Cub Scouts use it, stuff like that.
Yeah. One thing about Yellow River, Evan, is that not only is it a great place to backpack and hike and stuff, it's got some really hilarious trout fishing and backpacking. It was like one of the best. What was it? I think it was like 15th or 16th best places in the United States to backpack in 2019. In the whole United States, I think that's pretty good if it made the top 20 at all. So. But we could. There's three other campsites we never checked out, Dan, at all, while we were there. Oh my gosh, there's Heifer's Hill and a whole bunch
the
of
main
other.
one that you stayed in.
That was actually a park. That was actually a little campground. That was the main campsite. That's
Right.
paid. The free site that you and I and Tyler stayed at was Heifer's
Right.
Hill. That was free.
Right.
The backpacking sites are free. That's
Now,
why I figured we could take over that whole little section.
Keep an eye out for Sasquatch.
Well, the only thing I think I'm going to do next time, if we do that, I will be coming up armed, because I found out down the road that sometimes, mind you, bears have a tendency to come in from the north, out of Wisconsin.
I don't think you would have had anything to worry about.
Why is that?
Let's just say I don't think you would have had anything to worry about.
Well, I like being armed on my own.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to have to rely on somebody else if something happens. You know what I mean?
Double aspect there. You had a double.
Well, I mean, would I carry my bow? Yes, because I would want to do it when I can go hunting too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, there was two.
I understand that both you and Tyler
two
are
points of coverage.
I understand that, but the thing is, I don't want to be the third wheel, on a bicycle.
Yeah.
And the fact is, if I want to go, have to go use the latrine in the middle of the night, I don't want to have to rely on you who are already asleep.
That's true.
But I'd rather be, safe than sorry. But I would plan on that kind of situation in advance, though, to be honest. But I like that little open area in Heffern's Hill there. And there's a couple other places there's one section of the entire backpacking trail that's mainly set up for hammock campers, if you're into that.
Yeah.
They actually had Iowa Hang, the Iowa Hang, which is a big group that does a bunch of hammock camping, that used to do get-togethers in this one section.
Well, if you're going to
only with you, Mike, only with you.
But if
I don't cuddle with teddy bears anymore.
But if you're going to be in a hammock, that's basically a bear burrito.
It is a bear burrito, yes.
But yes, it's a bear burrito. But what is a tent?
Pot pie?
I mean, if he knocks it over the fire, does that become a grilled cheese sandwich?
No, because I would never put my tent that close to a fire. Now, if I'm doing a winter camp out where I can hunt at the same time during hunting season, I mean, I might rent a spot down at the main campgrounds for that, where I go hunting during the day, and maybe do some fishing. So, I mean, I'd pay for the main campsite for that because it has the pit toilets and stuff, but I can't guarantee that the pit toilets are going to be even open at that time of year. So that's where you'd probably end up bringing a little pop-up toilet set up just in case, Just because I am able to survive, I'd rather not. Creature comforts are still that, creature comforts. And as you and I get older, Dan, we take them as we can find them.
That's why I had the cot.
Okay, Brian, I don't know who you are. Could you please show your face? Because I'm not going to let you up until I see you. I don't blindly let people up. So you have a choice. Show your face and let us see who you are, or I'm not going to let you up. You got to let me know who you are there, Brian. Brian Paul showed up, wants to come up. I have no idea who that is. So he's going to be staying in the basement until I find out otherwise. But because I've been scammed before. And someone pretended to be Johnny. Yeah, that's something I'm not going to repeat because I would have to shut down my whole live because it'd be in my, my videos, and I'd rather not have that in there. But yeah, I think that's a good option, Evan. We'd actually have to plan it for next year, not this year, obviously.
Could probably talk Tyler into coming.
Well, I'm sure we could probably talk more than a few people to go up, but it's a long trip for both you and I. It's like a 3-hour plus trip for me just to get from there to here, from where I'm at now. It's not as far as it was a couple years ago, but still. But it's a beautiful spot. The camping places was free to camp for where we were at.
I mean, think about the people that have come to past events.
Right. Actually, I think if we're going to have men and women there, I think Little Paint Campground would be better. But unfortunately, anybody who requires power may have to bring their own generators, is all.
Yeah.
There's no power. Not even in the there's an equestrian camp there too. So, but none of us have horses that I know of.
Yeah.
But
so there's no electric at the one you were at?
Nope, no electric
set up.
Nope.
For some reason,
my base camp. I call Little Paint my base camp for a reason, because I usually use it as a base camp when I'm backpacking.
Yeah.
Because when I'm backpacking, I'm going up, I'm doing the trails, doing everything. I carry a fishing pole with me because I want to go trout fishing along the way. And, that way I don't have to go backtrack and get food, get water, whatever, because I have all that with me. So I'd have my base camp, then I do my rest. But, yeah, now that I got lighter gear and a better backpack and stuff, my being extended time to going out is going to be even better. So that's my plan, because I got a new telescopic fishing pole I want to use. I've got a bunch of other stuff that I plan on using for just for trout, because the one thing I would probably take with me that most people wouldn't consider is a couple bottles of liquid butter. And that's for cooking fish. Because the trout is that good. Dan.
Yeah, I'm checking on something here real quick.
Okay. Well, for those people who have not been to Yellow River, please check it out. It is really, really cool. It's north of Effigy Mounds and Macoconut Caves. It's just off the Mississippi River, about 15 miles northwest of Marquette, Iowa, which is across the Mississippi River from Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. And it's like about 3 to 5 miles from Harper's Ferry, Iowa, which is also a really cool place. And
wow,
it's got over 8,900 acres of just amazing views. What are you saying wow about?
Oh, I was just looking. For some reason, my video editing software kicked up and said it needed to do a backup. And it's like, I'm not using it. I forgot.
Oh, I did spot one thing when I was doing some research for somebody else. There is a place near Yellow River that does rent cabins. Now, if we got like 4 or 5 of us to go during a camp out thing, I was talking this over with Scott, actually. And it was figuring between him and his wife and me and Jenny could go over there and do a hunt. He and I could go hunting while the ladies could stay in the cabin. And they have several different cabins that are various sizes and stuff. And we could have up to 8 to 9 people in one of these cabins. And if we all split the cost, prices go down the more people we have. Only after you're done, making it there, Big Mike. Just don't eat the yellow snow. No, I found a cabin there that's like reasonably priced, really beautiful, easy to get to, and trout fishing was within literally about 100 yards away from the cabin. Yeah, you just saw his comment, didn't you?
Yellow snow.
Mike is a character. You met him. He was at the gathering.
At the Not
Last
the
year he
last
was
one,
there.
the one before.
Yeah, he big guy. Can't miss
Yeah.
him.
I remember.
Solar stuff. Well, we plan on, if we ever get any more Fresnel lenses, we can probably do some stuff, but I don't know.
I've got some solar panels that I use for my
I don't have any major solar panels.
battery box.
I've been thinking about getting a power station, but the cheapest one I can find near me is a Jackery, right, for $289.
Yeah, but if you're going to go to that level, I would say
That's
between
more of a base camp thing for me rather than a back,
a 700 or 1000. The ones that are like 289 or like,
Well, I can remember I'm going by what I can afford.
right. That's what I'm
And
saying.
when I say $289, that's the price, but the actual wattage and stuff is a little different.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to be able to charge, or, use it for, say, making coffee, bring a coffee maker. You're not going to be able to use
whoa.
anything like that.
I don't bring a electric coffee maker ever. I've got a campfire for that.
But I'm just saying, you're pretty much only going to be able to charge like your phone with it.
Well, the one I'm looking at is, give me a second here. Oh, I don't know about that one. I mean, I'm kind of having a toss up between the 300 model or the 290 model. The 399 model, the $400 model, basically comes with solar panels.
Yeah, but how many watts?
The Explorer 290 is about 60, 80 watts. I mean, I'm double checking just to make sure. No, okay, it's got a 293 watt hour capacity, 12 volt automotive battery charging cable, 40 to 60 amp batteries. I have no idea about the rest of it because I don't understand it.
Yeah, but I mean, what would you charge using that pack?
Mostly, it would probably be my phone, my cameras, that kind of thing.
Then I would probably just.
It'd be perfect for that. That's all I really need it for.
You could buy 3 or 4 of those 20,000 milliamp battery packs for a lot cheaper than, and you would be able to charge your. Because I've got 4 of them that I take with me for a 3-day weekend.
Well, I mean, I've got my.
I have no problem.
Okay. I've got a little bit better than a 20,000 milliamp battery. I've got a 26,800 milliamp battery.
Yeah.
This is my Anchor.
Yeah.
It's about $60. Well worth it, by the way.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if it gets to a point where I need to plug in a space heater or something like that, then I'm going to go buy me a small generator.
Yes, absolutely. You're not
a big generator because I don't need like huge, just enough to run a space heater or something.
Those things draw some serious power.
When I talk about small space heaters, I'm talking about.
It still doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They still draw 20.
Well, that's what I say. If I'm going to use something like that, I'm going to use an actual generator. So that way, it'll still run it. I don't have to worry about it as much, and it won't take up a lot of fuel because it's not going to be having like 16 million things plugged into it. But that's on my list of stuff I want to get. Sorry. But the thing is, I was thinking about getting the Champion dual fuel one, or the tri-fuel one. But I'm just trying to decide whether to get just regular. The dual fuel is propane and gasoline. The tri-fuel is propane, gasoline, or natural gas. They're a little bit bigger, a lot heavier, but those are more of an emergency uh, for long term. My house isn't set up for long term hookups to that.
Well, we've got a, let's see, 5,000 watt generator for the house.
What brand?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but the house is rigged up so that all you got to do is pull the fuse and then hook up straight to the generator, and it runs for pretty much whatever's in the house.
Right.
Now, you wouldn't want to run like your microwave and your oven and your dryer, those kind of things. But I mean, when we had that tornado come through here, that was like a block away from us. We had power. We were out for like two and a half days, and we started the generator the next day because of the refrigerator and freezer,
Right.
and forgot that it also had the microwave connected, and so
No, that's one of the things that most people don't realize. Before you even turn your power on using a generator, you disconnect everything you don't use.
yeah, but this just yes, we knew about that, but like I said, the way it's set up is he has a place that he can basically tie the power straight into the house, and it goes through the fuse panel. He pulls the fuse from our electric company, and once he does that, then he flips another switch and it's over to the
Welcome back, Evan, and I'll look forward to seeing some of those shorts. Yeah, to me, I would think, because I don't do a lot of I mean, I do have a what are those, the ones that use the K cups, but I don't buy K cups. I just put in my own coffee with my own filter deals, and Keurigs. I got a Keurig, but I get my own reusable K cups, which I could just put my own coffee in. But I do have several percolator pots for coffee if I need to go that route. I don't know how many people's houses are fully electric or gas electric or whatever it is. Like our stove is gas. I don't think in a grid down situation, if the power goes out, I think our gas is going to be running for a while. The only thing I would be worried about is if the water got shut off, then dealing with that part. I'll be right back. I need to go use the restroom. You have the con. Dan, you're in charge.
Okay, for your entertainment. Okay, yes. Okay. Nobody saw that. See, what else can I do? Some more magic tricks here. Let's see. Well, we can go with the Yeah, where I bend that finger all the way back over. Yeah. Got that one. Of course, okay, so it's entertainment for kids. It works. Oh, a little slow there. Exactly. Exactly. Nobody saw that. Okay. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I got the pose. All right, so while he's gone, I got the calm. We'll take another look at this most excellent Ned Voss knife right here. And then it's got, of course, the Kydex sheath with a ferrule rod and striker. And then this is actually a unique kind of, it's got a little switch on the bottom there. And then you go one way, it locks it. And then for your belt loop. So Stabby McStabbers. Yeah. And that's the Ned Voss. I wonder if there's an actual name for that one. DHSD survival knife. Orange. But I was looking for a survival knife that was a step above the
I hear you.
the actual Mora knives. And
Hey, what's wrong with Moras? I love my Mora.
no, I was just looking for something that's a little more beefier than. And one of the reasons I particularly like this knife is that the top edge here
The spine.
is not a blade. I mean, it looks like it is because you can see the bevel there, but it is actually still part of the spine.
Give me a second here. I mean,
Because if I wanted a baton with it, then I wouldn't worry about it splitting my baton. And I still want to make a wood mallet. Because of course I've got uh, the auger bits to be able to make a good one.
Okay, here's my auger. There it is. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, this may sound like, this is not an Mora, obviously. Spine is no sharpened edges on the spine. It's got a good edge, as you can see. Not fully Scandi, mind you. It's a cheap Chinese blade, but it still sparks really well. It's got a good grip, and the handle is bright orange, which would suit you really, really well, Dan. But if I can find another one, I'll let you know. Actually, I know who could probably find you one. Jarrett. Jarrett is a knife vendor, so he might be able to find you one of these if you want one.
And an assault rifle, Bruno. And it's not spelled the way you think it is. It's assault rifle.
For bugs.
Yes. That'll
It's a shotgun for flies and such.
I take that with me every time I go camping.
It's called a bug assault, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this is my auger. 233 millimeters long. I know it's not the standard size that everybody thinks like those short, fat ones everybody sees.
I cannot see using the short, fat one to make a
Swedish fire log.
yeah.
Neither can I. That's why I always thought one this size.
Unless you're, just doing a little short, stubby, piece.
Yeah, I mean, about that big around by that deep.
Yeah.
To me, that's a waste of a whole log.
Yeah.
Because once it gets down to that point, you're done. But this one here, that's about 7 inches just in the auger part.
Yeah.
With another half inch on the tip. But the part I like, the fact is that it's got the beveled edges on the bottom and a flat edge on the top for you can make dowels.
Yeah.
So any hole you make here, you can make a dowel for it here.
No, it does not. Unless yours does.
Actually, they do. Well, it would work. The one I have would actually work really well with a black light, but not the orange one, mind you. But this one might. And yes, it's a Mora. This is a Light My Fire brand. I get that. They don't make these anymore. They still make Light My Fires, but they're not the Mora brand Light My Fires. But so it's a Mora, made in Sweden. And yes, does it look like it's been used as a ferro rod? Yes, it has. Striker, but yeah. This is the stainless steel model, but the other ones that I usually carry are the carbon steel versions. Ian's got one, and I've got one. Evan. The only thing I'm not really a big fan of is the fact that their ferro rods are so freaking tiny. Give me a second here. I got to switch hands. Their ferro rods are really freaking tiny. I mean, it's like literally 2 inches long. I mean, while it does spark really well, using the back of your blade and stuff, but that's not going to last very long. Every time I keep on asking myself how many ferro rods I got, Dan, I have to stop and count because I keep on forgetting how many I have. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I keep going through my stuff, and it's like, where did I get this one from? Where did I get that one from?
Well,
It's
I
like,
mean,
I know I bought some of them, and of course, there's one with this knife, but I've got the one with the little tube where you put the jute twine and you push it through it.
right,
And remember how it's got that curved striker?
right.
That's the way I wish they would make all strikers. All the little ones that come with it, have it be curved, because when you're striking off of the edge down here, and the sparks go up, and it would hit that curve and deflect it back down to your
Well, they
tinder.
keep on saying, "Oh, you're going to pull your ferro rod this way across your blade and do this
Yeah.
instead of doing this." But
Yes, you're killing me.
he's not wrong about ferro rods, though. But even though I have all these ferro rods, my preferred method is still flint and steel, which I have one right here that I'm giving to Cornfed because he got his stolen from him. Let me say here, I'll pull it up here.
Now, how far away is Rob from you?
About 50 miles westward from here to Des Moines.
Oh, okay.
But here's his kit that I got for him. Now, the kit, the box, came from a rendezvous encampment at the Des Moines Iowa State Fair, and the steel came from Timu, actually. But those are some serious sparks with that, as you can see. For what it is, it's a good striker, and that's what I'm using. So,
was that an arrowhead?
no, this is a rock.
Oh, okay.
Well, but it's a flint, but it's a big chunky flint.
Yeah.
And it comes with a bunch of char cloth, which I put in there, and some other tinder, as you can see. And it comes in this hinged tin. Now, I'm not adding any dice. I got plenty of dice. I got a dice case back there. But
It's got the 4-sided dice, the 20-sided dice. Yeah.
I keep one on my desk, on my little table here. Because every once in a while, I just going to roll to see if I got an initiative or not. But I know it's stupid, but I'm giving this and one of my one of these to Rob.
What is that?
Who's what?
What you got in your hand?
This is a ridgeline tarp.
Oh, okay.
I have so many freaking of these things. I hit the jackpot on these. Right? So I've got not just this one. I've got one in my regular everyday pack. I got one in my bushcraft bag. I got one in my backpack, and I've got a stack of them back over here in the corner. So he lost his gear that we put together for him last year.
But
So
they're
I'm
all
giving him an additional stuff to
they're
replace it.
all pretty much 10 by 10s.
12 to 14, big ones.
Mm. Mm.
But you can like, and these are actually, they do have the good string that usually comes with them that tie up the ridgeline lines themselves. I'll use this one as an example. And it has the alien wear little gripper deal that goes with those. These aren't cheap either.
Okay,
But I think these were made for people who like hike the Appalachian Trail.
I have a question.
Sure.
How does that compare to the uh, the other ones, the ones that typically, if they're gonna come with a like a tent or a tarp or something that is just
bigger.
the little bowed piece and it's got the 2 holes in it
Oh no,
and it
that
slides
thing,
through it.
I hate this thing here. I want to replace those. I don't use them if I can help it because
Okay.
those are not, the tensioners are not that good. But that's not mean. That's because maybe I don't know, understand them maybe. But I've got a bunch of tensioners that I could, you can buy replacement ones that are just easy enough for you to use. These are the ones that, like I said, this setup here is literally what someone would camp in on the Appalachian Trail. This is all they would use.
Yeah.
And they would have maybe a sleeping bag or whatever to go with it. But this would be their tarp, their tent, whatever. If you saw my tarp video that I was going through all the ones, and the one I made into a tent, and that thing was freaking bigger than most tents, and it would fit like 6 people in there. And the only thing I held it up with was my hiking poles. Okay, I need to know. Explain figure 9s, Evan, because I mean, I'll show the ones I got here one more time because I don't understand these. These are the Alienware ones, I think. Let me see if they actually have a name on them here. Give me a second. Sorry, Loop Aliens. This is a Loop Alien, and that's what they look like right there. They're Loop Aliens. Sorry, Loop Aliens look like that. I don't know how to use them. If I did, I would use them properly, I guess. But I've got all my tarps are the same way. I mean, I one of the things I did pick up accidentally was I picked up a hammock, which Ian acquired, but actually I gave him one of my tarps to him for that purpose. But this one here is in a Dyneema bag, as you can see. And this one's a Warbonnet Cloudburst. So if you want to look up Warbonnet Cloudburst, you can find out what size it is, that kind of thing. Give me a second here.
I never know my knots by name, but I just use the that knot that's good for tensioning, that's easy to untie.
Okay, this one here is between $108 to $135. It's a 13-foot tarp, and it's either it's sil poly, so it's either sil nylon or sil poly. I'm not sure which, according to the materials.
I wish I had bought, 2 or 3 more of the tarp that I got, which is a 17 by 10.
Right.
And I got it for, I want to say it was like $34. And, it's a waterproof tarp, but it's lightweight. and it has the loops on the across the center of it as well. So like
Right.
if you're doing the ridge line, you've got something that you can string it through. But I can't find any tarps that are of that size
Of
for
this size?
of the like 17 by 10 or I would
Well,
even
this
do
one
it
here is more
20
lightweight than anything else. Here, I got some pictures. I've got some night eye stuff, but I don't.
my 17 by 10 tarp in its bag is pretty close to the size of that one you just
I
had
mean,
there.
I've got night eye stuff. As you can see, this right here, my Espioners. I love this thing, by the way, but I'm not sure if it'd be strong enough for what I need. But I do like this one. This one's only got a 25-pound limit, though. Unfortunately, I just use it for my silverware. But I'm gonna show you this. This is the War Bonnet one. I'm not sure if I can get this thing to. Okay, this is one of them. This is not mine's not the camouflage one, mind you.
Taut line
That's
hitch.
what mine looks like.
Taut line hitch is what I typically use.
But that's what I've got right there. There's the different colors it comes in. But that's what mine looks like. Now, I set mine up directly with a setup like a pub tent, basically, like my French Army Commando tent that I still have back here. 2 poles. My hiking poles did perfectly good with that, especially at 54 inches in height. Give you plenty of height, give you plenty of floor space. Throw a secondary tarp down as a floor, and you've got yourself a shelter. Now, is it 100% bug proof? No, but it'll work for a night. And with the proper trenching, you'll keep yourself relatively dry as well. But this one, I paid probably about less than $5 for that one. Maybe $3.89, I think. I had it written on here somewhere. Can't find it now, but yeah. It came with the bag and the ropes and everything. So if you count in all the extra stuff that goes with it, the accessories, you never, titanium ware, whatever it is, you never know what you're going to end up having to save money on, because these are some new ones. They didn't have these before. Something like that would work really well, I think. What do you think, Dan?
I wouldn't even know how to use it.
Neither do I.
That's why, like I said, I just use the taut line hitch.
I'm going to check up night eyes like he was telling me. I don't know.
Hey,
I'm going to try mobile, see if that means anything.
I'm going to have to bow out.
I'm about done myself. 10 o'clock is pretty much my limit, too.
Yeah.
That's mobile. That's not what I'm looking for. That might be what he was talking about. There's a cam jam, maybe. Okay, was it Woody's? Some nines. Okay, let me take a look. I don't see nines on there, but maybe it's on the next page. The figure nines, is that what you're talking about? This one?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that one, it shows you how to do it right there. That's fairly simple.
Yeah, see, I'm not keen on that because on the bottom tag end,
Right?
you have to basically force it into that.
Wedge. It's not sharp. It's just a wedge.
Yeah, but it's still forcing it into a compression
Right. But the thing is,
against
it's not like
metal.
you're going to do setting it up like 50 million times a day.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad deal. I'm going to save this site here. Thank you, Evan. I really appreciate it. I saved that one. Try and get to that one again. I would say there's a small. I would go with a large one. Yeah, the large ones are a little bigger, but small ones would be great for small backpacking stuff. But I don't think I'd need something that big, though. I think a small one would be great for just these kind of tarps. You know, that makes sense right there. Thank you again, Evan. That's a good find. But I'm going to backtrack to the other website I was at. And they have a couple of these things in the hardware section.
So I'm guessing the concept would be somewhat similar on that one you just showed.
Right. Here's the one I got with like a loop alien. That's the one I got. And the thing is, I didn't have to pay for these. These all the hardware and everything is with these. I paid like $4 for each one of these, which is a steal for as many as I bought. I literally bought them out when they came in. And at $5 a piece, it's well worth the price. Just now I can see how it's used now. Makes sense. But what do you tie the other end to? I guess like that, I guess. Unless you want to loop it back through that little hole right there.
Yeah, it's
That's the
almost
size.
like
I got the burnt orange one, so
that extra hole has another purpose.
unless you have it to run the, I don't know. You can't run anything through it, could you?
Well, if you threaded a paracord through it and tied a knot on it.
Maybe. But that's, like I said, all this gear that I have, these tarps, all have the hardware with it. They all have the ropes with it. I don't have to buy anything. It's all there. All I have to do is put it up. Or if I give one away, then that's what it is. Like, that's why I'm going to give that one away to Rob, so that way he has all the gear he needs. Now, only thing we got to figure out a way to do is get him to have some kind of truck box on his truck that is severely locked that people can't get into to steal his stuff. Oh, we lost Dan. Oh, he turned off his. Dan turned on your camera. You shut your camera off or something. But yeah, it's just me right now because I lost Dan. But thank you for the suggestion on that one. I really liked the design. But like I said, I've got all that. Got a bunch of that. I mean, I've got a really nice one in my main pack, which is the one that all this came out of. which I'm going to have to put back in before I go to bed. And I got another one in my day pack. Got another one in my backpack. I got another one in Jenny's pack. And I still got a bunch over there. I bought a ton. But I don't know either. But I'm getting tired. I think I'm going to end it now. Evan, contact me later. I'm going to go watch your videos after a bit. I love you guys all. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. Be well, be safe, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow on Jason's channel. So be well, be safe, and I'm out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2,